Uruguay, nestled quietly between Brazil and Argentina, is one of South America's most intriguing nations, often overlooked in favor of its larger neighbors yet offering a unique blend of history, culture, and modern lifestyle. Its relatively small population of around 3.5 million people allows for a sense of community and social cohesion that is hard to find in many other countries, yet it is large enough to sustain a rich cultural scene, bustling urban centers, and a diverse population. Its geography is equally compelling, from the rolling hills and fertile farmlands of the interior to the pristine beaches along the Atlantic coast, with the sparkling shores of Punta del Este drawing both domestic and international visitors. Uruguay's climate is temperate, with mild winters and warm summers, making it a comfortable destination for both permanent residents and expatriates seeking a stable and predictable environment. The country's history is layered, from its pre-Columbian indigenous roots to European colonization, waves of immigration, and its eventual development as a modern democratic nation. Each era of its history has left an indelible mark on the social fabric, the culture, and even the physical landscape of the country. The earliest known inhabitants of Uruguay were the Charrua, a nomadic indigenous people who roamed the plains and river valleys long before European explorers arrived. The Charrua were skilled hunters and gatherers, and their presence is a vital part of Uruguay's early history, though their population was tragically decimated during colonization and through subsequent assimilation into European society. Despite their near disappearance, their cultural legacy lives on through art, folklore, and small movements seeking to preserve and revive Charrua traditions. Early European contact began in the 16th century, primarily with Spanish explorers, though Portuguese influences were also significant given the proximity to Brazil. Colonial conflicts between Spain and Portugal over the territory shaped Uruguay's early political boundaries and introduced European social, legal, and economic systems. Settlements such as Colonia del Sacramento, founded by the Portuguese in 1680, and Montevideo, later established by the Spanish, became focal points of trade, military activity, and cultural exchange, laying the groundwork for Uruguay's modern urban centers. The waves of European immigration that swept over Uruguay in the late 19th and early 20th centuries profoundly influenced the country's demographic composition. Spanish and Italian immigrants arrived in large numbers, escaping poverty, political unrest, and economic hardship in Europe, and brought with them their customs, culinary traditions, and social structures. These immigrants settled primarily in Montevideo and other urban centers, but many also established farms in the fertile interior, contributing to Uruguay's agricultural development. The influence of these communities is still evident today in the architecture of Montevideo, the widespread popularity of pasta and Italian-style pastries, and the persistence of Spanish dialects that carry subtle European inflections. Smaller European communities, including Germans, French, British, and Eastern Europeans, added further layers of diversity, introducing different religious practices, trade skills, and social traditions. Uruguay's ability to integrate these immigrants while maintaining social cohesion is a testament to its historically inclusive policies and culture. Afro-Uruguayans also represent a crucial element of the country's identity, despite being a smaller percentage of the population, roughly 5%. Descendants of African slaves brought during the colonial period, Afro-Uruguayans have left a lasting mark on Uruguay's music, dance, and cultural festivals. The most notable contribution is candom, a rhythm-driven musical style and dance that originated in the Afro-Uruguayan communities of Montevideo. Candom is performed with drums known as tambors, and has been recognized by UNESCO for its cultural significance. Every year during Carnival, neighborhoods like Barrio Sur and Palermo come alive with parades, dancers, and drummers, showcasing this centuries-old tradition. Afro-Uruguayans have faced historical marginalization and social inequality, yet their persistence and dedication to preserving their heritage have ensured that their cultural contributions remain integral to Uruguay's national identity. Today, initiatives exist to promote Afro-Uruguayan education, entrepreneurship, and representation in arts and politics, reflecting a broader societal effort to embrace diversity and inclusion. Uruguay's Asian communities, while smaller in number, have also enriched the cultural mosaic. Chinese and Japanese immigrants arrived mainly in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, establishing businesses, cultural associations, and restaurants that introduced new flavors and traditions to the local culture. These communities largely settled in Montevideo, though some spread to smaller cities, integrating seamlessly into the broader population while maintaining distinctive cultural practices, festivals, and family networks. The presence of these communities highlights Uruguay's long-standing openness to immigrants and its capacity to blend multiple cultural influences into a cohesive social fabric. Beyond the historical development of its ethnic groups, Uruguay has become an attractive destination for migrants seeking a stable and high-quality life. The country is renowned for its political stability, democratic governance, and progressive social policies. It was the first country in Latin America to legalize same-sex marriage, implement broad environmental protections, and guarantee universal health care. Uruguayans enjoy a high literacy rate, widespread access to education, and relatively low crime rates compared to regional neighbors, making the country particularly appealing to expatriates. Over the years, Uruguay has drawn retirees, digital nomads, and international investors who are attracted by its relaxed pace of life, scenic landscapes, and reputation for personal safety. The housing market in Uruguay reflects both this attractiveness and the country's economic trends. As of 2025, the national average price per square meter for residential property is approximately $2.420 United States dollars. Though prices vary widely depending on location, property type, and amenities. Montevideo, the capital and largest city, is home to the most competitive real estate market, where a typical family apartment or small house can range between $167,000 and $180,000 USD, with premium neighborhoods like Carrasco, Punta Carretas, and Pocitos commanding prices that can easily exceed $4,000 per square meter. Carrasco, with its tree-lined streets, private schools, and proximity to the coast, is particularly sought after by affluent locals and international buyers. Punta Carretas combines upscale shopping, modern apartment complexes, and a vibrant cultural scene, making it a hotspot for urban dwellers, while Pocitos offers a more relaxed coastal lifestyle without sacrificing accessibility to Montevideo's city center. In contrast, more affordable areas like Las Acacias and some parts of the northern outskirts of Montevideo provide properties well below the citywide average, appealing to families and first-time buyers. Punta del Este, Uruguay's premier beach resort city, is another significant driver of the real estate market. Often compared to Miami or Marbella in terms of its luxury appeal, Punta del Este draws wealthy domestic buyers as well as international investors from Brazil, Argentina, and Europe. Prices in Punta del Este vary dramatically depending on proximity to the beach, the type of property, and amenities such as pools, security, or panoramic ocean views. Luxury penthouses and waterfront villas can surpass $10,000 per square meter, reflecting the city's status as a high-end vacation destination. Even smaller properties in desirable neighborhoods often sell for several $100,000, making real estate investment here lucrative but also competitive. Inland regions of Uruguay offer a stark contrast to these high-priced coastal areas. Towns and rural communities benefit from lower costs, often with properties priced under $1,750 per square meter. Agricultural land is abundant, and many expatriates and investors seek country homes that offer tranquility, larger plots, and a closer connection to nature. Cities like Salto and Paysandú provide urban amenities with more affordable real estate, while the countryside, with its rolling pastures and estancias, allows for expansive estates that are still within reach for middle-class buyers. The combination of accessibility, affordability, and quality of life has led to growing interest in these inland areas, and property values have seen steady, moderate appreciation in recent years. The housing market in Uruguay is not only about price but also reflects the quality of construction and infrastructure. Modern apartment complexes and gated communities offer amenities such as private security, parking, fitness centers, and landscape gardens, catering to both local families and international buyers. Older properties, often with charming colonial architecture, require renovation but provide an opportunity to invest in historically significant buildings. The legal framework in Uruguay is favorable to foreign property ownership, with relatively straightforward procedures and protections, further increasing the country's appeal to international investors. If you enjoy this type of content, leave a like and consider to subscribe.